Hey, and welcome to the Fast Lap. My name is Doug Peacock. I will be your host on a new segment here on CIH Media dealing with the world of motorsports. A little different from what CIH Media has normally done in the past, something I keep pushing them towards a little bit. I've been a huge fan of motorsports all my life. Formula One, IndyCar, World Endurance, IMSA, even the World Rally Championship. I do like road racing a little bit more than the ovals, but yes, the ovals like Indianapolis are something that has the greatest spectacle in racing and always has been and always will be to me. So hope you enjoy our new segment here. I have worked as a photojournalist in motorsports in the 1980s and 90s and still do it part-time today. Kind of have my own YouTube channel, which I put together YouTube videos. Tried to narrate some of these, also do music. The ones with music seem to do a little better. So hope you enjoy our program here. Let's get right into it as we're going to cover different things. We're going to recap races. We're going to talk about news and stuff that's going on, special events. We're going to explain some of the things of motorsports, some of the terms, some of the for the newbies out there, for some of the even the fans of a long time like me. There's still lots to learn as the technology in motorsports is constantly changing, always something new. Everyone always looking for the unfair advantage to win. Roger Penske, coined that way back in the 1960s when he started Trans Am racing with his teams back then. And let me tell you, it still goes on today because some of the teams that are winning all the time have found it. It isn't just like they're better than everyone else. They found something to go a little quicker. So let's start off with a recap of yesterday's Spanish Grand Prix and make sure I get this going here right. Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona, Spain at the Circuit de Catalunya. Maybe the last one there is the race actually maybe moving into the streets of the capital later on. Qualifying saw Oscar Piastri on pole for his fifth pole position of his career, ahead of the teammate Lando Norris for McLaren front row lockout. Max Verstappen there in third, followed by Russell of Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari, out-qualified his teammate Charles Leclerc for only the second time this season. Leclerc there in seventh. In between those two is Kimi Antonelli, the super rookie there for Mercedes. Pierre Gasly, a fine job there in eighth place, qualifying, made it all the way to Q3 for the Alpine team. Isaac Hadjar, the other super rookie there for the Racing Bulls, got into Q3 again, managed to get ninth. And Fernando Alonso, the hometown hero, there in 10th. Bit of a disappointment for the other hometown Spaniard. Carlos Sainz Jr., only 18th in Williams. The other Williams driver, Albon, only managed to get 11th. Yuki Tsunoda, the other big story there, the teammate to Max Verstappen, out in Q1, slowest again. Max was very unhappy about that, not blaming Tsunoda, blaming the team and the car for the process. Big story out of qualifying was Lance Stroll will not drive. His wrist injury that he fell off his bicycle in 2023 flared up on him again, and he's having it looked at this week, and we'll determine what happens, and we'll talk more about that here at the end of the Formula One segment. The grid got a little shook up because of that, so a couple of pit lane starts. The top 10, no change there with the front row lockout of the McLaren boys. Albon, Barretto, you have Lawson, Behrman, Hulkenberg. Keep your eyes on Nico Hulkenberg. We'll be talking more about him later. Ocon, Seitz, Colapinto, and Tsunoda both started from the pit lane, so only 17 cars took the, shall we say, took the start here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Tire strategy, huge. The medium and the soft compounds, and we'll explain more about that in another segment. There are three compounds at every race that Pirelli offers off. Pirelli is the sole tire supplier to Formula One, and there is only three compounds: the hard, the soft, and the medium. There's also wet compounds, but it didn't rain this weekend, so we won't even go there. What kind of pit strategies? You have to use both, at least two different compounds during the race. So if you started on soft, you then got to change to a hard or medium, or vice versa, any which way. And because it was warm, it was going to be a big story for the race. When the start, the red lights went off. Oscar Piastri held on, made a great start, held on to the lead. Max Verstappen took advantage of Lando Norris's first lap woes of his career and managed to get into second place there on the start.